Hi y'all, Austin here with Outer World Media. Welcome back to another book review. This time, guys, again, I'm going straight to the well. This time we are talking about Walt Longmire, specifically book number 6, Junkyard Dogs. This is a book I'm going to give you guys kind of a little bit of insight. So at the end of these books on Kindle, there's kind of an interview that Mr. Craig Johnson has, and it looks like it's in these books as well. So I was kind of reading the book before this. What was it? The Dark Horse. Sorry, I had to double check. Just did a review of that one. I had to double check the name. But at the end, it was talking about, they were interviewing Mr. Johnson, talking about, does he feel like he's making any comedic stories or anything like that, something along those lines. And he said the next book is going to kind of be his funniest book that he's written thus far. So that really piqued my interest, and I wanted to read that one immediately. So I went and I bought it on my Kindle. And I will say I am glad that I did that, as always. This book was awesome, guys. So essentially what this is you have Walt, who's kind of investigating a murder. You essentially have this junkyard that's kind of on the edge of town. That's on the edge of town. And then you had this multi-billion-dollar corporation development going on just next to it. And so you kind of have that, it kind of feels like a little bit of the first episode of Yellowstone, where Yellowstone, where they have the golf course and community being built right next to the Dutton Ranch. If the Dutton Ranch though was what am I thinking of? If it was a junkyard, that's kind of what this felt like, was, just kind of that opening scene of seeing, the old, something that's been there for a while versus, this new. And like in Yellowstone, they're trying to push the junkyard out. They want to get rid of it. They've had a lot of issues and whatnot. And I will say there is definitely a comedic aspect to this story versus, some of the other ones. This was such a great story. Another feeling that I kind of got while reading this, and I don't know if anybody really has seen the movie. It's called Nothing But Trouble, I believe is what it's called. And it has Dan Aykroyd, Chevy Chase, Demi Moore, John Candy. I love what is his name? And I'm drawing a blank. I just said his name, guys. But anyways, Chevy Chase. That's what I'm thinking of. Chevy Chase. Where they go to that junkyard and it's just weird and nasty. That's kind of what I was imagining in my head while I was reading this. And it definitely helped. But again, guys, without trying to, swerve too far away from the story, a murder does happen, and we just kind of follow this. I will say that the killer in this book, I kind of feel, I don't want to say it was weak. That was my only issue really with this book, was who the killer was, or who, the bad guy was. That was my only issue with it. And again, it's just a nitpick. But again, guys, this is definitely, if you're, after reading the first 5, there are comedic aspects in this, but this is kind of a nice breath of fresh air in this series. This is one I definitely see myself going back and just rereading as a standalone, even if I don't go read the first 5 again, which I plan on rereading the series many times. That's why I went and I bought the series in paperback. This is one I definitely see myself just going back and reading as a standalone. We get the whole cast. You get Vic, you get Walt, you get Henry. You get Lucian, in this. Sorry, guys, I'm having brain farts here. I just got off of work not too long ago. But anyways, yeah, guys, the whole cast is here. This is definitely, and you could tell the tone and the aspect of this book is definitely different than the first 5. Again, guys, I really like this book. This is definitely one of my favorites in the series. I can't recommend this one enough, guys. I really recommend, go read the first 5. Obviously, I'm going to say that every single review that I do of this series. Go read the first 5 in this case. But again, guys, I promise you will love this book. This is one of the best ones in the series, not necessarily because of the crime that's committed, but just the tone of this book. It's completely different, and I really wish that Mr. Johnson would write another one like this. Again, guys, I finished the first 11 books in the series, but there's not been another one with the tone kind of like this one, and I really hope we get another one of those. I really would love to get another one. If we could get another one in the tone of this, I probably would read it in a day. I'm not even joking, guys. I read this book this was probably the quickest one I've read, and I read quite a few, like 3 or 4 of these, maybe 5. I don't remember how many on my cruise, but again, guys, I love this one. It stuck with me. I still think about it, you know, all these months later. I still think it's been like 4 months since I've read this, I believe, and I still think about certain parts of this book. I know I'm not telling you a whole lot about this book, you know, details, but I try not to spoil this. But again, guys, I really like this. You do see a different side of the county in this. Obviously, in these series, you're going to come across people that aren't necessarily the smartest, and that's definitely a certain family in this book. You can kind of tell they're definitely looked down upon and whatnot. And again, guys, it's just a great book. Go read it. I mean, there's stuff you wouldn't expect that pops up. I remember one scene in here that I started chuckling. I laughed out loud. I didn't even chuckle. I laughed out loud because of it. Again, guys, don't let me tell you, though, and have me explain this all and make y'all think that this isn't a serious book. This is still a serious book. And again, guys, I'm sorry I'm tongue-tied. But again, guys, just the tone of this book is a little different. It's a little bit on the lighter side in certain times. So again, guys, definitely go check out this series. I really can't recommend this series enough. Again, guys, if you take anything away from my reviews, read this series. Again, guys, I absolutely love this series. I am so excited that, you know, I get to continue on in the series and get to review it for you guys. So again, guys, Junkyard Dogs by Mr. Craig Johnson. Go pick it up, read it. If you're kind of iffy on the first 5 books, pick this one up. I promise it's a breath of fresh air. The tone is different than the other books. But again, guys, I'm going to end it here. As always, I do appreciate y'all stopping by, watching my reviews. Thank you.